What it do? It is I, it is me, it is your boy E to the R to the I to the C, and we are back for another Life of Times of Eric. Remember the other day I was showing y'all this lapel? Well, it turns out I had the other lapel, and I put it somewhere, and I misplaced it. So, because I remember I said I was going to take it into the office and see if they had a charger for it. But now, some kind of way, I misplaced it in my car. So, yeah. Can't go looking for a charger if you misplaced the original one that you're supposed to charge. So, whatever. It is what it is. You know, I was thinking this morning, which is really crazy. No, what I was thinking, not me thinking is crazy, what I was thinking about. I was thinking about some of the worst teachers I've had in undergrad and grad school. I probably only had about maybe 2 or 3. But the 2 or 3 that weren't good is because they just didn't follow up and they had other stuff going on. And they may have taught and they couldn't understand them because they were different from one language. I probably only had one horrible teacher in my lifetime. One horrible teacher in my lifetime. Daniel Drain, worst teacher ever in my lifetime. He never ever really taught. All he did was you walk into class, read chapters 1 and 2. He'll say something else. All right, let you go. You come back in tomorrow. You read chapters 1 and 2. People will be like, yeah. We'll be like, but we still gonna discuss it. No, if you say you read chapter 1 and 2, the majority, you can go. He didn't teach at all. He didn't teach at all. He was horrible. He was horrible, and he didn't teach at all. I still remember telling one of the guys I know, associate Jermaine Thompson. I remember telling, I was like, hey man, Daniel Drain don't teach nobody. He just gonna open up the book and that's it. And what did Jermaine do? He went and told Daniel Drain. What did Daniel Drain do? I guess he called himself trying to confront me. I guess he thought I was gonna be like, no, I didn't say that. I looked at him and was like, I did say that, because it's the truth. You don't teach. You just open up the book and tell people that's what you need to read, and that's it. That's not the truth. That is the truth. And anybody else that asks me, I'm gonna tell them not to take your class. So, make a long story short, we ended up having a spat. End of that semester, I think I had like a C getting out of there, and I ended up having an F. I'm like, how do I have an F? I'm passing your BS class. Turns out I had 25 absences. I'm like, how? I'm here every day, Thursday, Friday. Oh, you come in at 9:33. If you're not here at 9:30, I mark you absent. I said, I have a crutch. And I told you I'm on a crutch. That semester I had sprained my MCL. So I had to crutch around the class. If I was an athlete, I would have got a ride, whatever, but I didn't. Because you know, the athletes, they give you a little ride on a little golf cart or whatever. But I was crutching everywhere. I had to leave early for class. And I was like, you see me on a crutch. Oh, no, that's not my problem. I'm like, so you marking me absent because I have a disability right now. And this is what you're doing. So he marked me absent. So I ended up getting an F because I had too many absences. Like this the dumbest thing ever in the world. If I had known what I know now, I would have went and filed a complaint on him to the teachers, to the dean, the students, and everybody else, and made this a big thing. But I didn't know about it back then. And that's what I'm hoping that when my kids get older, that they speak up for themselves, or if they're in trouble, they come and talk to me. Because me personally, I didn't know what to do. I wanted to tell my parents, but I knew they were going to probably get on me. And that's one of the things, like, I want to make sure I'm more lenient. My parents used to get on me about the grades they this. And they sometimes it wouldn't always be me, but they have an old school mentality. They're not sometimes hearing me. So I was like, man, I got to figure this out. Luckily, I failed because of absences. The other class failed because they didn't have the grades. So out of 25 people, 20 failed, mostly football players. So we had to retake the class. Turns out you get 3 retakes in college. Retook the class the second time, Miss Leanna Cassiano, who actually taught us the class, HBR 414, got an A, dropped it off my thing and didn't have to worry about it. But if I had known what I know now, I would have filed a complaint, went to the dean, told him about himself, brought up my situation, and I would have been good to go. But I didn't know that. If I did, So, fast forward. It's time for me to get into grad school. They have a dual MBA program at Southern Miss. So I got the grades. I got like a 3.8 going in the last 60 credits. I didn't score very high on the GMAT, GRE, whatever. All right, that's another thing. That test is culturally biased. I've looked at all that other stuff. It very is if you look at it. That's why a lot of times they're getting rid of it. So anyways, the MBA program's like, hey, we see the test scores that high, it's all right, but you got the great GPA. We know you can work hard. We'll let you in on a conditional basis. Plus you went here at Southern Miss, we're gonna let you in. Guess who's over the program for the other side, for the sports side? Dr. Drain punk self. Dr. Drain's like, no. I said, the NBA's even letting me on a conditional basis. It says right here that if I have the GPA, I can be in on a conditional basis. I'm not even letting you in on a conditional basis. I said, so you're essentially letting people in that ain't from here, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, everybody else? I mean, well, you know, I'm taking it. I was like, see, that's the problem with you. That's the problem with you. If I went to any Ole Miss or Mississippi State, they would take me before they let anybody else come in. And that's one of the problems that Southern Miss be having. We have people in there over the program that are not bringing in, that are not feeding in our students. If I went to Southern Miss and I applied for the graduate program, I should be in the program before anybody else from another state or school gets in before me. Because what? All it does is it has a lot more alumni pride for you to be like, this is my school, whatever, I'm here, I'm applying, I can go anywhere else, but I'm coming here. But no, he wanted to take everybody else. So I was like, cool, fine. It is what it is. So they didn't take me. I ended up going to Valley, get my MBA. One of the greatest decisions ever. It was definitely a learning program. Took classes I liked. Learned a lot from a lot of people that are older. Learned a lot about working and going to school. Learned a lot about just a different generation of how things are supposed to be taught, because a lot of the classes that we had were different from the normal classes. They were like a lot of hands-on classes to teach you about everyday life. If you're working, how this applies to what you're working on, how this applies to your career, your job. So I was happy about that. So with that being said, I haven't forgot about Daniel Drain. We're gonna meet again. Worst professor ever. He got in his emotions and decided to block me from the program, from me getting in. I always thought that was a real whole move. I just said real whole move. I always felt like that. But you know, it is what it is. And I'm gonna tell my kids and anybody else when I come to do my acceptance speech, that sometimes standing on your manhood, standing on your beliefs, it'll come back to bite you. But at the end of the day, at least you standing on what you believe. At least you standing on some integrity. At least you understand that I ain't gonna let nobody just do me any kind of way and just try to treat me any kind of way when it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Now, when he came to me after Jermaine went and told him, which I guess Jermaine decided, I'm gonna go tell the teacher what Harry says. Now, that could be considered a sucker move as well, too. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, for the longest, I just looked at him like, is this what you doing? So if I tell you anything about anybody, this is what you're doing, especially a teacher, I'm trying to help you out. But, hey, it is what it is. He did the sucker move. I mean, that's what suckers do, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I mean, I guess he felt like after he told him that when he confronted me, I was going to deny him. No, and screw that, I said it. And that's another thing. You say it, you got to stand on it. Tell him why you saying it. I'm saying it because it's the truth. This is what you do. You don't teach. And you can tell Jermaine I said that, and I'm saying it to him too. Now, after that, did Jermaine try to be like, well, yeah, man, we can be friends? Yeah, but I never paid no attention to him. Because you do sucker moves like that, what else sucker stuff will you do? It's almost like someone telling you, hey, man, in class, they got a floating test around. You just copy the test from last year, and then you go and tell the teacher. Why? Why would you do that? You trying to throw everybody under the bus? So, but, hey, I guess Daniel Drain thought that I was going to be the one that was going to back down from a confrontation. No. But, hey, in the end, he ended up failing me. I ended up retaking the class, getting it dropped. And then later on, he ended up blocking me for going to grad school. Hey, it was nothing but, you know, the devil's blocking me. And then God turned into a blessing. Me going to Valley was the best thing ever. I had a lot of great relationships. Did a lot of great learning. Met a lot of great people up in the north. And I just was able to take it to the next high. And now I'm HBCU alum because of that. And I'm happy to be an HBCU alum. You know what I'm saying? So definitely learned a lot. Definitely appreciate it a lot. So, but Daniel Drain, worst professor ever I've ever had. And I have an undergrad, I have an MBA, and I have a master's in healthcare. He's the worst ever. Worst ever. It'll be him. One of the ladies in the health department I took, that was just, She was just bona fide, just racist. They could just tell by stuff she was doing. And then somebody else. So I'm putting him ahead of a racist lady. So that lets you know how bad he is. So that being said, man, stand on your principle. Stand on your integrity. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter. If they confront you, you said it, you stand. Don't let nobody dictate or make you change your opinions. It is what it is. Too many people changing their opinions to be liked or not have conversations. Sometimes conversations are part of life. You need to let people know when you're in the wrong, you doing wrong. I'm going to tell you about yourself. It is what it is. And remember, keep living your life, because if you don't, your life is not going to live you.